Pleased to see a crowd at our regular monthly council meeting. This is the Stratford Town Council regular monthly meeting for December. And I want to welcome everyone who's also watching online and on any recording, future recording. So thank you to staff and to council who's also here tonight. Thank you very much. Just want to acknowledge the land upon which we gather is the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq, and we pay our respects to the Indigenous Mi'kmaq people of this territory, past, present, and future. Is there anyone around the table who has a declaration of conflict of interest? If not, I will move on to the next item, which is approval of the agenda. The agenda is in your package. Are there any additions, deletions, or changes to the agenda that anyone would like to propose? If not, we'll go to the minutes of our regular monthly meeting, which was held on the 12th of November, 2025. Anything in those council meeting, and also the special council meeting, which was held on the 26th of November, 2025. Those two sets of minutes, is there any additions, deletions, or changes that anyone would like to see in those minutes? If not, I'll ask for a motion for approval of those minutes.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thanks. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Motion carried. Is there any business arising from those minutes of those meetings that we're not going to be covering here tonight? No? Anything that anyone would like to follow up on that that isn't on tonight's agenda? If not, beg pardon?
Make a motion on the agenda. The first one's Steve.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Second, just make a motion.
Oh, yeah. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Motion carried. Sorry, I missed that. Getting ahead of myself. Okay, with regard to those minutes, are there any additions, deletions, or changes that anyone would like to propose? If not, I'll entertain a motion for approval of those minutes. Moved? Second? Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Motion carried. Okay, presentations from the floor. Jeremy, are there any presentations which have been arranged from the floor? No? Okay, thank you. Mayor's report. The Deputy Mayor acted for me. I want to thank Deputy Mayor Gallant for acting for me during my absence. I've been away since November 15th, and I just got back on December 6th. So thank you, Deputy Mayor Gallant, for stepping in and fulfilling the role of mayor for that period of time. And I guess it's since you were in the role, do you want to present the report?
Okay, sorry. No, it's just had some big shoes to follow there, so a lot busy. The first thing was acting mayor on for the special council meeting to discuss and award the waterfront pavilion construction. The special council meeting was called. It was nice to have that passed, and I'm moving forward with that pavilion on the waterfront. Attended the, sorry, I just skipped from that one. That meeting was canceled. Attended the RCMP quarterly meeting. Attended Holland College Christmas invitation at the Culinary Institute. Represented the town at the opening ceremony of the Panel Mark Memorial Tournament and delivered welcoming remarks from the participants and attendees. Attended the annual Community Volunteer Holiday Social. Also attended the Island Bloom Organization community event and provided welcoming remarks from myself and from all councillors in the town. Attended the Crossroads Fire Department banquet and reviewed and authorized monthly utility and financial payments for the town. And also, just to mention there, attended the Cotton Park with Santa Claus. Was downsized this year because of the construction there with the roundabout. So it was nice. It was a great evening that night, and went over really well with the kids at Cotton Park. And everybody did a great job. Jeremy and staff and Dwayne and Rachel and Melanie, the whole other recreation committee were there. So it was great. Food was delicious. Gingerbread cookies were fantastic. And the coffee and hot chocolate was great. So it was good that night. So that's my report, Mayor.
Thank you very much. I just have two things to add. One was I attended, before I left on the 13th of November, I attended the Arts Awards for the Charlottetown area Artists Awards. And on the 14th, I had a meeting with myself and I guess there was a number of council councillors and the deputy mayor were present for our meeting with Kent MacDonald, the member of
Yeah.
Parliament, where we discussed Stratford issues and specifically the funding for the new wellness center. So just wanted to make those two notes. But thank you again, Deputy Mayor, for
No
doing that.
problem.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
So next report, and next item is the item number 8, Chief Administrative Officer. I'll ask CAO Crosby to give his report, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. My report is in your package. Go over a few highlights, and I'll be able to answer some questions afterwards. Together with the Director of Finance and the Deputy CAO, we met with a consultant to discuss the possibility of conducting an audit to recover eligible HST rebates, and we're still looking into that, and there may have to be an RFP for that. Attended several meetings with planning staff to discuss the draft official plan and zoning development bylaw. Still a lot of work to be done on that, and we hope to have a second draft early in January. Attended a meeting with developers to discuss the proposed changes to the official plan. So there were several developers we met with directly to kind of go over the first draft, and we'll be meeting with them again on some further drafts. Along with the mayor and council and our 2 MLAs, we met with MP Kent MacDonald to discuss funding for the community campus health and wellness facility. Real good discussion, and we do have some funding there now, but we're hoping to get some more, but it's looking like we're going to be able to get started in that facility here soon. Along with the Deputy CAO and infrastructure staff, we had several meetings to review the proposals for the new Waterfront Pavilion Center, and happy to see that that's been awarded now, and we're working with the developer to get started right away. And I attended the engineers PEI annual MLA reception. It's a good opportunity to engage with all the provincial MLAs and discuss ongoing projects and initiatives. And finally, along with staff from infrastructure, recreation, sustainability, attended a presentation by the Nature Conservancy of Canada on the importance of wellfield conservation. So one of our well fields could be a candidate for that, so we're working with them.
Great.
I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Thank you very much,
Thank
Chairman.
you.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deb.
Just before we move on to the next item on the agenda, I neglected to welcome Corporal Painter, who's attending tonight from the RCMP. Thank you very much for being here, Corporal. Appreciate it. Next item on the agenda is Safety Services. I'll ask the chair of that committee, Councillor Ron Dowling, to give his report.
Thank you, Your Worship. The Safety Services Committee did meet on November 17th, 2025. The minutes from that meeting have been circulated in the council package. If anyone has any questions in relation to items within that meeting, I'd be happy to address them. There's a few updates there in relation to different issues and items within the town.
Questions?
Yeah, if I may. Your Worship, may I ask a question of Councillor Dowling, maybe the RCMP when they get here? Looking through the minutes, I noticed there was no mention of any participation on our end here, RCMP in Stratford, on the gun buyback confiscation plan. I'm hoping we're not going down that road. So maybe Corporal Painter have an update in there, maybe not. I know Charlottetown made a decision yesterday. It's a large expense. They're looking at $700 million, I think, across the country on something they don't need. So I'm just hoping that it hasn't been discussed and won't be discussed.
And I'm not sure offhand, to be honest with you, whether each municipality is responsible for costs.
I think the issue was that with Charlottetown, their police force would have been, their resources would have been used to, for that purpose. It's not the case with us because the RCMP is
Sure.
is mandated nationally to carry out that program. It's my understanding. You can clarify that for me, Corporal Painter, whenever the time comes. Thank you.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Charlottetown, Summerside, possibly Kensington might have an issue to deal with,
Yeah.
whereas for us, it would be all done through the RCMP in conjunction, I assume, with the Federal Firearms or Provincial Firearms Office. But Corporal Painter can address that when he's up. But is there any questions in relation to the items from the November 17th committee meeting on the unapproved minutes? Okay.
Just one add there, Councillor, is Jill got a question?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
sorry.
just want to make sure. Councillor Chandler, I just want to make sure that you don't have any questions. I'm got my back to the screen, so just don't hesitate to jump in if you're you know, if you'd like to raise something, because I might not see your hand up if I because I have my back.
You know, I'd never hesitate to jump in with something to say.
Okay, thank you.
Just want to comment on the e-watch camera and the LPR camera that's been installed at the Georgetown, Kepik, Pond Road, so that's probably 7 or 8 for the town, so it's great to see that approving there.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, thank you.
Yeah, and we're hoping to expand that system, Councillor Glant.
Yeah.
As you well know, even more so throughout the town. It's a great tool for police, but it's also a great way to provide for many other functions that the police might access the camera for in relation to missing persons and that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's a good system, and it's good to see that we're continuing to work to expand that system as well. So, being nothing further, I will call upon Corporal Painter to present his report.
Thank you. So, November Town Council meetings. So during the month, we had 304 occurrences in the town of Stratford, with 292 of those being founded and still under investigation. These numbers are lower than last month and 95 occurrences higher than November 2024. Traffic enforcement was slightly higher than last month, excuse me, with 179 total occurrences, resulting in 61% of the monthly occurrences within the town. We had 5 impaired driving occurrences. Charges were laid in 2 of those files, both alcohol related. 5 charges for driving while disqualified or suspended. We attended 12 motor vehicle collisions. We issued 84 summary offense tickets and 56 warnings. We had 26 step files throughout the town and 12 well-being checks. 11 theft under 500 occurrences, 6 of them being related to gas and ash, none of them being legit. Constable Pound and Constable Kaiser have started a program at the Stratford Elementary School called Healthy Me. It kicked off last month. It consists of several chapters where they talk to the students about drugs, tobacco, and internet safety. I talked to Constable Kaiser. He did this in Charlottetown as well. And I think Constable Pound helped as well when they were both working for Charlottetown. But so I talked to them after the first. They each did 1 session. They said it was accepted really well, and they were looking forward to it. I don't know. I think there's 6 chapters, and I have a book I'm going to take. I'll drop off here. I remembered it on the way to work today, and it's in Cornwall, so didn't get it there. So. Couple things to touch on there. The gun, I think you guys were bang on there with the gun buyback program. I'll check with Staff Doyle and get back to you for sure, but I haven't heard anything on our end, so I don't have an answer for you there, unfortunately. But I'll check with him tonight and I'll get back to you. I'll send you an email on that. And the e-watch installs, glad you brought that up. We haven't had to use that one. I haven't personally had to use that one yet, but we did collaborate with Charlottetown Police here recently for the e-watch to get access to them for a few different files there. The stolen vehicles, several stolen vehicles, some collisions. So it's been useful already, and I know there's communication to install at least one more, I think was what I heard. So, yeah, it's beneficial. I know we talked about that here before. Any camera is beneficial or we can rely on it. So people aren't always willing to get in the middle of somebody else's occurrences, right? So if we can rely on cameras, super helpful. So that's it from us from November 2025. You have any questions?
Any questions for Corporal Painter?
So mine was just more of a comment from residents just on the gun buyback confiscation, just that they don't see it as a top priority for us here. There's a lot of other things, and we have, I think, 7 officers who are doing phenomenal work in other areas. So just passing on feedback from residents that if that's a push, there's the folks in Charlottetown that can, you know, look after that. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I just got some comments here, like the $20,000 and revenue was great to see the numbers there. It's really, it's good on your part as being a leader, the corporal, and leading our detachment. I know the theft from motor vehicles there, we had the 4 there stolen, and I guess some YOs were apprehended,
Yes, yeah.
and it's great work.
Yeah, Constable McGrath was the lead investigator on that, and he put a ton of work and effort into that file, interviewed a lot of people,
Yeah.
did a lot of digging. So yeah, very, very proud of him for that. There's a lot of damage done within the community to a lot of vehicles, and to be able to do a thorough investigation to, you know, bring those accountable is,
Yep.
you know, really says a lot about his investigation, so.
Yeah, that's
it's
great. And just the other thing, and then community-based policing with the schools, fantastic, taking that Healthy Me program taking it and assign it to people and run with that program. It's great to see that, because the community appreciates stuff like that.
Yes.
It does. It goes a long, long way.
Yeah, and we're seeing more of that, right? The drugs, tobacco, and internet safety, that's what we talk about a lot, especially with the youth. And, you know, those kids will be moving on to Birchwood School next year. So, I mean, it's nice to have that conversation and give them that education before they get there for those that are or are not
Yeah.
aware of those things already, right? So,
That's great.
yeah, it's pretty impressive for those 2 guys to take that on and want to get out there and do it and be part of the school system and help those kids out. So, and like I said, I think they did that previously in their last position, and from what Constable Kaiser said, it was well accepted there too, within the city and the schools.
Yep. That's great work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry. Counselor Chandler, you had a question?
Actually, I just had a comment, if I could. Last week, I attended a long service award ceremony for the RCMP at Government House, and various members of the RCMP were presented with awards of service for 20-plus years, coronation medals, commissioners, commendations for bravery, etc. And I just wanted to recognize that Staff Sergeant Troy McLean was there facilitating the event, Chief Superintendent Kevin Lewis, and Stratford residents Sergeant Chris Goodwin received an award, as did Corporal David Weatherby. So I just wanted to thank them and congratulate them for their acts of service.
Yeah, congratulations to them all, yeah. That's great.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. That's
Yeah, no, can't recognize police officers enough for what they do, and I guess this is something that really shows their exemplary performance, even among the group that, you know, always perform really well. It's great to see them recognized. I just want to say, to add to Deputy Mayor Gallant's comments, that I really think that the work you're doing with the schools, with the, you know, young people in general, and it's almost like a preemptive thing, and I've always talked about how important it is that, you know, people, newcomers from other countries where the police aren't necessarily their friends, that we show them that police are the friends. And really, by going to the schools, you're really starting them off, the ones from other countries that are attending our school, in our school system. You're really sensitizing them to the fact that here, the police are your friend, and they are there to help you. So I think that's an important bridge that you're building there. So thank you very much for doing that.
Yeah, thank you very much. And to just touch on your comment there, it's the work we do is from the community, right? So we get the support and from you guys. We appreciate everything you guys do to help us out as well.
Great, thanks.
Thank you, Corporal Painter.
Okay, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
9B, nothing for a streetlight report. 9C, 9D, Humane Society report. I skipped streetlights. That's been circulated, nothing anomalous there. The usual number of patrols might be up a bit through the Humane Society. Few occurrences that have been resolved. Any questions in relation to the Humane Society report? We move on then, Your Worship, to 9E, the Crossroads Fire Company calls report. And again, it's pretty consistent with previous months. There were a total of 18 calls in November, 14 of which were within Stratford. So year to date, we have 268 call-outs, 200 for Stratford, 4 for Alexandra, 7 in Hazelbrook, 38 Crossroads, 6 Johnson River, 11 Vernon River, 0 for East River, 2 Charlottetown for assists call-outs, and 0 for North River assists. So if there's any questions in relation to the fire company call-outs report, I'd be happy to address those. Okay, hearing nothing then, Your Worship, that'll conclude my report. I just want to make a comment in relation to an event that I attended, as others did, the Stratford Committee Volunteers Holiday Social. It's good to see that the town staff do such a tremendous job in putting on that social, and that the food, as usual, is plentiful and good. And it's, I said it before and I'll say it again, you know, Stratford's very fortunate and very much unique from the island perspective anyway, and from my experience throughout Canada, in that we have so many community members that are involved with our committees. The majority of all of our committees are community members who provide insightful input and are very valuable partners within each committee. And we're, as a community, we're very much stronger for their participation and their input. So I thank all of the volunteers for their hard work on committees over the past year.
Thank you. That's well said. I agree completely. Okay, thanks for your report, Councillor. We will now move on to recreation, culture, and events. And I don't believe we have Councillor Cox. Is Councillor Cox with us online? I don't believe so, eh? No, he's not. I guess he's coming in from he was out at his cottage today, I think, and he's coming in from a long distance, so he may have gotten delayed. Maybe we could we ask Councillor Chandler, are you familiar with the, did you attend the recreation meeting, and are you familiar with the file? Would you be able to give the update? I don't want to put you on the spot. We can defer it until Councillor Cox shows up.
I did attend the last meeting, so I can present the report. I wasn't aware I was going to,
No,
but I'm happy to do so if you would like.
If you have the report, that would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so just the brief overview, the committee met on Thursday, November 28th, and there was a presentation from members of the pickleball players regarding future programming at the town center. And we also discussed the waterfront park pavilion and next steps for the community campus. Stratford Youth Center and Council were actively involved in the Christmas in the Park event on November 28th that fellow councillors have already mentioned what a success it was. Youth Center members are selling raffle tickets for a prize package valued at $600 in gift certificates to local and area businesses. And the proceeds will support the holiday charity projects which provide Christmas gifts to local families in need. Youth Center will observe closure until, I guess, over the holidays until January 5th. Christmas in the Park, the kickoff to the holiday season, was a successful event. And again, other councilors have mentioned that. Santa Claus was there, treats, all kinds of goodness going on there. March of the Elves is, sorry, my screen just shifted there. March of the Elves event on December 18th, and that's between 1 and 2 at St. Andrews, Andrews of Stratford. And the event provides an opportunity for the intergenerational celebration of the holiday spirit, an excellent initiative. And the New Year's levy, of course, is on New Year's Day between 12 and 1:30, always well attended, and the staff does such a great job facilitating that. In regards to the winter art program lineup, there's more information on that in your package. There's an arts advisory ad hoc committee meeting that's happening tomorrow evening, and there's a group of volunteers meeting to begin discussions in regards to the development of a 3 to 10 year public art plan for the town. And we'll focus on identifying priorities, long-term priorities, opportunities for community engagement and strategies to support meaningful and sustainable public art initiatives across Stratford. Pickleball program updates. The review was completed to assess upcoming pickleball program delivery for the 2026 winter spring season, including scheduling and capacity management considerations. The 2026 pickleball programs will be announced within the coming week, and feedback received through the review process will be incorporated into the January program launch. There's going to be indoor tennis again this fall or winter season, and there's new program launched. It's the Taekwondo BIT program designed for youth ages 5 to 12. More details in your package. There's also active aging 55 plus fitness programs, town center, and skills and drills hockey begin on October 4th at the Pownell Sports Center, and that's coached by Ross Burton, who is returning as the coach. And I think that concludes the report for recreation, culture, and events.
Thank you. Just wondered, sorry, did someone? I just wanted to ask Councillor Chandler if you were, I wasn't at the meeting. Was there a recommendation made by the Recreation Committee to Council? Were there any recommendations coming from that meeting and on any of the issues discussed?
On any of the items discussed in the committee meeting?
Yes.
I think there was lots of engagement in regards to pickleball. Members from the pickleball community made a very well-organized and passionate presentation about how much they value the sport and the opportunity to access it at the town gymnasium, citing, the fitness, the connection, just the accessibility, low barrier to entry, price points, etc. And we had discussions around that, and certainly I think that members felt there was, that there was certainly a value and interest in continuing pickleball programming, but we also discussed that it was challenging at times to administer because the program had grown scaled so much over the last years because of the interest. So I think the committee looked to support the continuation of pickleball and potentially some shifts and streamlines and efficiency to facilitate the program.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or questions on the recreation report? No? Okay, thank you for your report, Councillor.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll move on to the Finance and Technology Report. I'll ask Councillor Jody Jackson, Chair of that committee, to give his report, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. First of all, I want to welcome Kim O'Connell back, Director, who has been out for a little bit. We're very glad to see you back. And again, want to thank Crystal Burrows for filling in while Kim is out. So just a little update on the goings-on in the Finance Department right now. So budget files have been updated for 26, 27, and staff are working on their forecast numbers to the end of March 31st, 2026, and starting on the budget numbers for 26, 27. Department managers have met to update the project list from the priority setting session that was completed with council a few years ago. Status report on these projects will be sent to council for their review. Managers will review input from council before proceeding with work on the next 5-year capital budget. Some of the other items, staff are reviewing information technology acceptable use policy, working on community campus wellness center analysis. And again, Kim wanted to thank Crystal for managing the department while she was off. Crystal did an amazing job, and now we're glad, as I said earlier, to be back to our full complement. So that's the just a general memo on the department. Any questions on that?
No, I just want to comment. I want to welcome Kim back as well. It's great to see her back. Great.
Great, thank you.
Any other comments or questions on the finance report?
I just, if I can, Your Worship, I do have some follow-up. I just wanted to, I mentioned last night, I think, at a meeting, and I mentioned previously, just in reviewing the province's 5-year capital budget and the new estimates they have in population, I think it's important that we look at those numbers, not only for growth around planning, but also around our finance and our budget going for next year. So I do have some documents here I'm going to provide to Kim. It's a little more sobering look than what we were looking at the last few years, but it's very important for us to take that into account as we go forward. Not only in the planning side, but also in our budget. Things have slowed down substantially from where they were, but that's a further update will probably be sent out by the province before we finalize the budget. But it's nice to just have some updated numbers. So. Just on that, just quickly, the town revenue and expense, we're in good shape so far, 8 months into 12. And obviously just the timing around some of those things, but numbers are looking good so far. Same on the utility side, things are looking favorable so far. So any questions on that or the finance committee minutes? Discussions?
No.
How much you can or ought to speak to it just yet, but in relation to the fire truck, I just noticed there was an item that was brought up during the committee about the truck. So there was some talk about reluctance to share information to the town. Is that an actual thing, or is there a timing piece going on there? Because I understood that the fire company was in contact with the CAO on several occasions.
Yeah, maybe I'll let Jeremy go first here.
Yeah, we had some discussions. We did ask for some information with regard to how much they were going to finance and the actual ask for the vehicle. I think verbally we did hear that, but I was looking to have documentation from them, a bit of a report on the sale of the other trucks and the reserve amount that they had for the vehicle. And, I have an idea of what their ask is, and we are looking to use some of the money through the Housing Accelerator Fund to pay for a portion of the vehicle. But I haven't received all that information yet. As soon as I do, I will be bringing it to a committee of the whole meeting for further discussion and hopefully a decision by council to proceed.
Sure, and I expect that they are working on that. I know I did make a comment as a town's representative on the board to the board that they would have to specify and ask, they'd have to outline in detail all that they will, beginning from other sources, including sale of equipment, and then the town would look at, not necessarily in its entirety, but would look at the deficiency. Then council would be able to make a decision in conjunction with staff as to what, if any, amount would be provided to the company for the purchase of the truck. So I think that is in the works as far as them, right now it's speculation as to what they'd get for the existing truck and other equipment that they might sell, but they have a rough idea.
I did also receive some information from them, a spreadsheet showing that, you know, with a certain amount being supplied by the town, how it would affect the dues moving forward, and really into a 5-year plan, which was nice to see. So if there's a certain amount that we come up with upfront on the capital of it, it will reduce our dues or keep them at a marginal rate over the next 5 years. So I did have some of that information. So hopefully at our next committee of the whole meeting, I'll be able to bring some more info and we'll make a decision.
And that's an important piece because, you know, if the company's left entirely for any deficit or financing of any deficiency, then obviously they would have to increase dues across the board, and the, you know, biggest impact would be Stratford, and, you know, higher dues doesn't necessarily relate to development interest and that sort of thing. So hopefully, you know, we'll be able to come up with a way to assist them in the best way possible and for the best outcome of the residents of Stratford in particular. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and just on that, Councillor Dowling, that is the essence of the conversation, was just to really try to expedite the, just finding a number that might work. And, you know, with the realization that, yes, Housing Accelerator Fund does allow for some community funding for some of those community-based things. You know, there's not a whole lot of money there, but it'd be nice to use that or some other gains that we may realize this year that we weren't anticipating, just looking at the revenue and expenses so far. Again, a lot of it's timing, but if there's something there similar to last year, if there's any that you know, comes in or that's not used, that's additional to, that we can apply to that, I think it makes sense, because again, we can supply none and they can just charge it to the rates. Our residents are paying either way, and the residents of the other areas. So if we can find an amount that everyone's happy with, and just in understanding where they're at over the years, this is their kind of their big ticket ask. Other than that, I think they're in a pretty good spot, as Jeremy said, with, you know, 5-year plan around rates, and especially if growth, you know, stays where it's at, or you know, is somewhere near that, we'll be in a good spot to be able to keep up with demand. So yeah, hopefully an update early in the new year on an amount arrived. And that's, anything else on the minutes? Okay, thank you, Your Worship. I think that, other than just looking at the revenue and expense, I think that's my report.
Thank you, Councillor. And I look forward to the budget discussions. I know that residents are always interested in, you know, ways that we spend our money and giving us ideas for, you know, how we can spend it differently. So we do have there will be an opportunity for the public residents to provide input to us with regard to that, with regard to the budget expenditures and how we allocate the budget. Okay, thanks again. We will now move to Planning and Development and Heritage. Planning, Development and Heritage. Councillor Jeff McDonald is not here. I don't want to put the Vice Chair on the spot. We can either defer this for a little while and go to infrastructure, or if you feel that you're able to present it, then I would ask the Vice Chair, Councillor Ron Dowling, to do that.
Thank you, Your Worship. The unapproved Heritage Subcommittee and regular monthly meeting was held on November 25th and are included in the package. If there's any questions in relation to the Heritage Subcommittee, we'd be happy to address that. Hearing nothing, Your Worship, moving on to 12B, building permit summary. Again, that's been circulated. If there's any questions in relation to that. Building type summary for 2025 has also been included. Total of permits issued to 130, of which 53 were total dwelling units 53, of that 130 permits. So there has been, some significant movement in relation to dwelling units is continuing on. Any questions in relation to that? Not doing an overly great analysis of it here, but I hadn't really looked through it in any
No, it's
great
nice to
depth
see,
prior, but
compared to last November,
Yeah.
November of last year, the numbers look pretty good.
so we're continuing to, grow at a moderate rate. Moving on then, Your Worship, 12C is a resolution. It's a housekeeping text amendment, and I'll start with that. The Town of Stratford Resolution Number PH 058-2025-A001-25, Town of Stratford Zoning and Development Bylaw Amendment, Bylaw Number 45S, Non-Combustible Fire Separations, second reading. Moved by myself, stemming from the Planning and Heritage Committee, whereas planning staff are proposing a housekeeping text amendment to the Zoning and Development Bylaw Number 45 to reduce confusion in the industry caused by referring to the vertical fire separation required for semi-detached and townhouse dwellings as a firewall. And whereas the proposed text amendments will not change the building permit requirements or the ability to subdivide attached dwellings from what has been required since the town first adopted the National Building Code of Canada in 2011. And whereas in accordance with Section 3.2.3 of the Zoning and Development Bylaw Number 45, notice of the amendments and public meeting occurred through the placement of an advertisement in the local Guardian newspaper on two separate editions, September 19th and September 27, 2025. And notice of the public meeting was posted on the town's Facebook and YouTube page. And whereas a public meeting was held on September 29th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. at the town center and was live streamed on the town's Facebook page and YouTube. No questions or comments were received at the meeting, and no written comments were received by the deadline of October 3rd, 2025. Be it resolved that bylaw number 45S, a bylaw to amend the Town of Stratford Zoning and Development Bylaw, bylaw number 45, be hereby read and approved a second time. This resolution bears a recommendation of the Planning and Heritage Committee as discussed at a meeting held on November 3rd, 2025.
Okay, do I have a seconder? Thank you. Deputy Mayor. Any discussion? Yeah, it's second time, so no comments or questions? Okay, call the question. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Anyone against? Motion carried. You have another resolution?
I do.
Third reading and adoption.
Okay, Town of Stratford Zoning and Development Bylaw Amendment, Bylaw Number 45S, a bylaw to amend Zoning and Development Bylaw, Bylaw Number 45S, being a housekeeping amendment to change the terminology from firewall to fire separation within Section 8.26 Special Requirements, semi-detached townhouse dwellings as it relates to subdividing attached dwellings. This bylaw is made under the authority of the Planning Act, RSPEI 1988, Cap C-B-8. Be it enacted that the Town of Stratford, be it enacted by the Council of the Town of Stratford that the Zoning and Development Bylaw, Bylaw Number 45, be amended as follows. 1, in subsection 8.26.2b, remove. The dwelling units are separated from the basement floor to the apex of the roof by a vertical firewall to meet the requirements of the National Building Code of Canada and replaced with the following. Dwelling units are separated from the basement floor to the underside of the roof sheathing by a vertical fire separation as designed by a professional engineer or architect who is licensed to practice in the province of Prince Edward Island with a minimum 1 hour fire resistance rating and constructed from minimum 14 millimeter masonry block wall, 150 millimeter core insulated concrete form wall.
Excuse me, Counselor?
Yep.
I believe the resolution is as it is on the screen there. It's it's this one here, just the third reading and adoption. I believe you're reading.
Well, isn't this the
actual
adoption?
bylaw or something. Do you want to use my computer and just
No, let me see here then.
click on just click on the top one there, the resolution.
I did that. Is there more to that?
I don't know why that's like that.
Then we go into, is that the same one? Yeah. Same one, separation, second reading, and then it goes into the separation bylaw.
What about the next one down?
No, maybe it's down here, is it?
Yeah, that's it.
I think it's
There you
just
go.
item D there, the adoption.
Yeah, okay, I got turned
Yeah, we got
around
the
there.
right, we got the right one now.
Yeah. The others were inclusions on the first. My apologies for that
No problem.
reading error. Moving back on track to 12D, Town of Stratford Resolution Number PH016-2025-A001-25, Town of Stratford Zoning and Development Bylaw Amendment, Bylaw Number 45S, Non-Combustible Fire Separations, Adoption. Moved by myself, stemming from Planning and Heritage Committee, whereas bylaw number 45S, a bylaw to amend the Town of Stratford zoning and development bylaw, bylaw number 45 was read and approved first time on November 12, 2025. And whereas bylaw number 45S, a bylaw to amend the Town of Stratford zoning and development bylaw, bylaw number 45 was read and approved a second time on December 10th, 2025. Be it resolved that the bylaw number 45S, a bylaw to amend the Town of Stratford zoning and development bylaw, bylaw number 45, be hereby adopted, and that the mayor and chief administrative officer be authorized to affix their signatures and the corporate seal of the town thereto and be formally declared the said bylaw passed. This resolution bears a recommendation of the Planning and Heritage Committee as discussed at a meeting held on November 3rd, 2025.
Seconder? Thank you. All those in favor? Those against? Motion carried. Thank you very much for stepping in, Counselor. Yeah, no, that's great. No, I appreciate you doing it. Thank you.
I appreciated the, actually understanding what the actual amendment was. Thank you.
Okay, next report we're going to have is the infrastructure report. I'll ask the chair of that committee, Deputy Mayor Gallant, to provide that report.
Yeah, so we had our meeting on November 20th. The meeting packages in our report here, so I don't know if anybody want any questions on that, going through it. Infrastructure memo for the month of December, well, December 10th today. The staff continue to coordinate with consultants who are developing tender packages for Ducks Landing multi-use pathway, Harborview Drive sewer redirection, Reeves Estate water main distribution replacement, and Sachem sewer lift station upgrade projects. Construction of these, for each of these, will take place in the spring of 2026, where funding allows. Work is expected to begin on the sewage lift station standby generators project as weather permits. The contractor is hopeful to have site works complete before winter sets in, leaving only the generator to be placed when they arrive this summer. A startup meeting was held with APM McLean, who were awarded the Waterfront Pavilion project. They are processing with the signing of this facility, with construction expected to begin in April. So it's nice to shovels in the ground in April and hopefully finish by November of the same year. Infrastructure staff has been busy with the following: buildings and properties, maintenance and repairs are ongoing. The equipment has been prepared for winter operations. Set up and removal of Remembrance Day, poppy drapes and painting of a crosswalk for Remembrance Day. Deployed all outdoor Christmas decorations for the lighting on November 28th. Managing the sump pump disconnection program with 49 participants in the rebate program to date. There's still funding available for 25 to 30 and more to sign up. Sanitary sewer gravity flushing continues as weather permits, and hydrant flushing is near complete. Flushing and customer laterals identified for annual maintenance is complete. Water and sewer inspections, meter installations, and water turn-ons for the new development are ongoing. Ongoing inspection and maintenance of water and sewer systems and facilities, and managing ongoing customer and resident inquiries and concerns. There was no sewer or water facilities related to emergencies during the month of November. And that's my report for November.
Thank you. Any comments or questions on the Deputy Mayor's report? I just want to take this opportunity to recognize the Infrastructure Department and the work they do. It's really goes, a lot of times it goes unnoticed and it's just expected, but they come up with projects, they carry them out, they're done on time, on budget, and they look at every opportunity there is to improve things for residents and to respond to any kind of difficulties or whatever, sewage backups or whatever. And it's just something, it's like electricity. You don't notice it because it's always there, but when something happens when you need it, and it's not there, then it's really noticeable. But we've got a great staff, and they do a great job, and the leader, Jeannie Woodard, she does a great job. Deputy Mayor and his committee do a great job, and I just want to recognize that work that goes on, because it's really important to the town, and these projects are crucial to moving forward with making things better for residents. So thanks very much, everybody, for that.
No. I'd just like to comment on the pavilion. Exciting how it came together with Jeannie and Carter and everybody there. The funding, three ways for the funding there with the ourselves and ACOA. I want to thank ACOA and the Canadian Building Fund. So it's nice to see this building taking place at the waterfront, 4,000 square feet, seating for 60, 70 people. It's going to be a community hub for our community, and it's just going to be fantastic. And just can't wait to get this complete. It's going to be with the waterfront on phase 2, and how we develop, and I don't know, you guys or everybody remembers the odor there one time, and how it's all filled in and becoming a nice.
A little better now, eh?
Yeah, a little better now, but it's something like the boardwalk and everything else, and the Michael Thomas statue is just it's coming together, but it's hard work by the town. Like I said earlier, like you said earlier, Worship, is getting these programs and getting these grants, and there's a lot of hard work behind the scenes to come to this point.
Absolutely.
So, but anyway,
Yep.
thanks. I goes Jeannie and Carter and everybody. So it's great. And
Yep.
Jeremy Crosby and Pierce.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your report, Deputy Mayor.
Yeah.
We will now move on to sustainability. I'll ask the chair of that committee, Councillor Jill Chandler, to give her report.
There's a committee of a whole there before.
Oh, I'm sorry. I jumped over Committee of the Whole. I'm getting ahead of myself tonight. Sorry about that. Committee of the Whole, I believe we've got a couple of resolutions there, and it's to do with the meetings. We have to have a resolution for both the council meetings and the Committee of the Whole meetings. So if I could, Deputy Mayor, I'll ask you to move those resolutions.
Yep. Resolution number CW 010-2025, Committee of the Whole, led by myself, Deputy Mayor Steve Glant, whereas the town of Stratford must post an annual schedule for their regular monthly council meetings, and whereas the date, time, location, and each meeting must be posted on the town's website and on the notice board within the town center and in the Stratford newsletter. Being it resolved that the date, time, location of regular council meetings would be held as follows. January 14th at 2026, 4:30 p.m. February 11th, 2026 at 4:30 p.m. March 11th, 2026 at 4:30 p.m. April 8th, 2026, 4:30 p.m. May 13th at 4:30 p.m. June 10th, 2026 at 4:30. July 8th, 2026 at 4:30. August 12th, 2026 at 4:30. September 9th at 2026 at 4:30. October 14th, 2026 at 4:30. November 12th at 2026 at 4:30. And December 9th, 2026 at 4:30. And these are all located at 234 Shapeshifts Drive in Stratford. So I'm looking, I don't see anything in the bottom there, but.
Seconder? Thank you. All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carried.
You're doing the next one.
You have another resolution?
Okay, got the next one, okay. I thought you were going to give it to Jody. But anyways, number CW 011, 2025, Committee of the Whole, Town of Resolution, moved by myself, whereas the Town of Stratford must post an annual schedule of regular monthly committee of the Whole meetings, and whereas the date, time, location of each meeting must be posted on the town's website, on the notice board within the town center, and in Stratford newsletter. Being resolved that the date, time, and location of the Committee of the Whole meetings will be held as follows. January 28th, 2026 at 4:30, February 25th, 2026 at 4:30, March 25, 4:30 p.m., April 22nd, 2026 at 4:30, May 27th, 2026 at 4:30, June 24th, 2026 at 4:30, July 22nd at 4:30, August 26th at 4:30, September 23rd, 4:30, October 28th, 2026 at 4:30, and November 25th at 4:30, and December 22nd, 2026 at 4:30. So that's,
Okay.
Get
Do
a
I have a
second.
seconder? Okay, thank you. All those in favor?
aye.
Anyone against? Motion carried. Thank you. It's usually Deputy Mayor that does Committee of the Whole, so that's why I asked you to do both, sorry.
2020, please.
Now it's time for sustainability. Sorry for the false alarm earlier, Councillor Chandler.
That's okay. I can move forward with that report now. It's brief.
Oh, great, thank you.
The Sustainability Committee has not met since the last council meeting, and the next meeting is scheduled for January 12th. This time of year is busy with funding applications. Staff are applying for a variety of sustainability initiatives and submitting reports required by some of the funding or potential funding partners. We have business, community, and Think Stratford updates. We're planning a Stratford business community business mixer for Tuesday, January 27th, and a planning meeting for the Stratford business community on Thursday, February 19th, sorry. And I know we've discussed this before. I do think it's really important that we work to build and maintain relationships with our business community, some of whom would be residents in Stratford and some who are stakeholders because this is where they work and own businesses. We're going to share more information on the events, and we discussed as a group that council members would go out to have face-to-face visits and share, pass on the information in regards to the upcoming events with the business community. So we will be hearing from Wendy and other staff, I assume, in regards to when that's happening. And for diversity and inclusion updates, subcommittee held a meeting in early December. There was a review and discussion of the official plan, the engagement through what we heard report. Invitations were shared with the committee for a number of different events held in December. Conversation about March 21st and what the town may want to do to honor the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. And there was a completed review of the diversity and inclusion plan, and it concluded with a decision to request a budget increase for the upcoming year to allow for the review and updated the current plan, which has been determined to be complete or underway for the majority of the items that were part of that initial plan. Public engagement process will be included with this RFP to hear from residents, stakeholders, and committee members, as well as town staff and council. And the diversity and inclusion plan was last updated in 2018. And that concludes that report.
Great, thank you, Councillor Chandler. Any comments or questions on the Councillor's report? If not, thank you very much for your report, Councillor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, and you also have the next one, which is intergovernmental affairs and accountability. I appreciate you if you'd share the report for that committee.
Yes, before we do that, we didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't do the transit
do the
graph.
transit
Yeah,
graph,
transit report, yeah.
which the report is just the graph, as per usual. I do think it lends itself to future conversations, as right now our transit ridership numbers are showing a decline over the past couple of months as compared to where they have been in previous years. And I know we've chatted about all kinds of factors that could be leading to reduced ridership right now, but typically year over year, we do see larger ridership, over the summer months, and in particular in September, with a spike in students, et cetera. And we did see the September numbers, but a drop in October and November. So hopefully it's just temporary and that things will pick up again in the coming months.
I believe the CAO, Crosby, has something to report.
We did ask for some information from the provider as to why they think there's a drop in the numbers. They're looking at that and going to give us a report on that and maybe some insight as to what the decline is. But I think it's a combination of various things, but hopefully they'll have some information and we'll report back at the next meeting.
Yeah, look forward to it. Thank you. Any other comments or questions on the transit report?
Just, I guess, just on that with Jeremy, if they could find out if Charlottetown's seeing the same drop. It may be just a fluctuation somehow, or weather, or God knows.
Okay, thanks very much for that. Any other comments or questions on Councillor Chandler's report? If not, I'll ask for if you would be so kind as to provide the intergovernmental affairs and accountability report as well.
Sure. And this, Your Worship, is brief as well. The Intergovernmental Affairs and Accountability Committee last met on October 28th, and those meeting highlights were reported in our last council meeting. And staff remain busy with regular meetings with MLAs and Member of Parliament and other partners, and I think that's been already discussed in reports earlier tonight. And the annual resident survey preparations are underway for the new year, and as we know, the town's new website has launched and it is receiving positive feedback.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. We're welcome, Councillor McDonald. Okay, we just welcoming Councillor McDonald. So, are there any inquiries by members of council about anything about the town? Anything in particular?
Yeah, I got a couple, I guess. Filming on the meeting.
I was going to ask who usually slows us down, but I think we know.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay. Any inquiries by anyone about anything around the town?
No, I just on Christmas decorations, I don't know how, I know a couple of people in different wards were asking me, I know Jeannie might answer this question. I know it's difficult because the plug-ins and so on, right? So you're gonna have, your
We
light.
do have power in Ward 3.
Pardon?
We do have power in Ward 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Are they not all turned on?
Pardon?
They're not all turned on They're not all.
Is there a concern that they're not working, or you're asking for more in different
More, I
areas?
was just wondering, just in different areas yeah. No, I just, a couple of residents, my area, out in the T Hill area and over Strawberry Hill, across the ball dam and stuff like that, were asking, just to, if we could increase in that area, is there, all the wards 1 and 2, 3, and I'll go there, so just we'll look there. So I just, do we increase it every year? Do we look at other options? Like, do we?
Obviously, it's a budget discussion.
Yeah.
We have increased last year, I believe it was, for accommodating the waterfront and the boardwalk area.
Yeah.
In terms of choosing new areas, as you mentioned, we have a plan now. We deploy everything we have. Yes, typically in the same areas because we have power and we know the setups.
Yeah.
We could certainly look and consider different areas and what that might look like, whether that's purchasing more inventory or just relocating.
Yeah.
We'd have to have further discussions on that to see what the feasibility of it is.
Yeah. Yeah, just to have everybody included, like the other wards, they feel outside there, so, I don't
I
say.
can't say off the top of my head if there's wards that aren't included, but
Yeah,
yeah, we
yeah.
get everything we have out and operating, hopefully.
Yeah, oh,
so-
yeah. I just throwing that out there, and I know our budget, so maybe budget time, we can talk about it, have that conversation.
It's, yeah, costs
everything
for
costs-
product,
everything
but
costs
also
money,
the
yeah.
resources for putting it out and getting
Yeah.
it back in, of course, so.
Yeah, I guess just as a matter of fairness, if it could be made sure that we try to allocate roughly the same kind of lighting,
Yeah.
Christmas lighting to each ward, that would be,
We can look at the
Yeah.
layout of the town and
yeah.
see how that might be able to
Visibility is a big
change
thing,
bit.
too. Anything along the Trans-Canada Highway obviously has high visibility and, on both sides. And
Yeah.
so maybe if staff could just look at that and see if there is a fair
Certainly.
allocation among the wards,
Go
that'd
through
be
that
great.
exercise for next year, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, we have a quantity of lights, like from Harry James, with the family itself, from Harry and Donna, right? And it's just a nice, I see the lights in Bunby Road, the first thing that reminds me of Harry and Donna. James there and the family donating those lights there, but it's, if you spread it around the town, have that spirit and pride, you know what I mean? Anyways, thank you.
Okay. Any other comments or inquiries by any other member of council about anything about the town? Oh, I'm sorry.
One.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was just one, or maybe it's two, and I don't even know if this is the time to mention it, but I've heard from more than a couple residents in regards to the crosswalk on Kinlock Road at Aintree Drive, and people suggesting that it is hard to see walkers at that crosswalk, in the nighttime. So I don't know if we can do anything about that or look into it, but I just wanted to pass that
Which-
message along.
which one-
And then
which one is it again?
That was a safety thing I noticed, but I don't know if we can look into it or if it's in regards to any maintenance that we do. But with the snow the other day on Clinton Drive, there was quite a pile of snow. I don't know whether it's private business or, public roads at that corner of Clinton. But that intersection was reduced significantly.
What was the first one you mentioned, Counselor? The crosswalk?
Crosswalk at Aintree, or crosswalk that, over Kinlock Road crosswalk close to Aintree. I
Okay,
think that's the street.
I see. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, thank you.
So we have our big intersection, or our big crosswalk, just before the Sobeys, but this one is ahead of that. And it just, because there's so much light further, it just seems that it becomes more dangerous for pedestrians.
Especially at night, eh?
Someone
Yeah,
stopped me to mention that the other day.
okay.
Anyway, I just thought I'd mention it.
Okay.
Cheers, thanks.
Okay, I think I see our Director of Infrastructure is noting it down, and so hopefully it can be passed on to the Department of Highways or Transportation, and we can get it addressed.
Yeah.
Thanks for raising that. Okay, any other inquiries? Any other inquiries by anyone, anything about the town? Okay, we'll go to other committees. Stratford Seniors Complex. I'll ask Deputy Mayor Gallant to provide that report.
Thank you, Your Worship. Staff put up the Christmas decorations at the complex. Repairs were completed in Unit 7 on the fridge and Unit 10 on the stove. A contractor has started the work to replace the patio stones on the 7 remaining patios with concrete pads to have to be completed. Staff have completed the draft 2026 budget for the senior complex. The budget will be going to the Seniors Committee for their new review and then on to council. We had that, I guess, the other day, right, Kim? You had a meeting yesterday. It was a meeting yesterday and everything was passed by committee. Residents were asking about changing location of the mustard, I guess, station. Staff have reviewed and determined current locations is the safest. In case of fire or so on, just have a location that everybody can get out safe and go to a certain area. Staff and the management committee are reviewing the management committee policy for potential updates. There are currently 32 people on the waiting list currently for the seniors building there. So, but it's I just want to talk generally the year that we had. The committee was great, a great committee, of course, led by Kim and Paulette, and everything was put together well. And by moving forward, we have the town looking after a couple of workers looking after the maintenance of the building. We're on top of that. And then also the snow removal's done. We have it outsourced snow removal, so that's looked after. And of course, we have our landscaping crew there from Cotton Park. Heidi and her crew come up and do a lot of work. So a lot of things that are positive that happened this year and great improvements. And I want to thank Kim and Paulette and for all that hard work. I want to acknowledge that. No, it's great to see, and everybody around the committee table sees that too. It's great. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for your report, Deputy Mayor. And we'll now move to appointments to the committees. No appointments, Jeremy? No. No proclamations. Is there any other business anyone would like to bring to the table at this time? Yes, Councilor McDonald.
Just want to wish everybody a very peaceful and restful holiday season because I didn't get the chance to before. And just want to thank everybody here at the town for all of their hard work over this year. And I want to give my best wishes to my fellow councillors who certainly have gone above and beyond this year with extra meetings and a lot of very important things for the town. So well done, everybody.
Yeah, I'd like to echo that. That's well said. I think that that's also something that I think needs to be recognized as the work of council and of staff, and everyone in this room works hard, and we all, I think, contribute to a better quality of life for our residents, and we hope to always keep that top of mind, and we always do. So it's great to work with a great bunch of people. I always compare it to playing on a good team because everyone here has embraced their portfolios and is really doing a great job of leading and providing that innovation and great ideas and moving the town forward. So thanks very much, everyone, for that. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. Yep. And I'm sure we'll get an opportunity to greet everyone at the New Year's levee. That's always a great time. Encourage everybody to come out to that event.
Yeah. I would like to same as concur with Councillor McDonald and wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and safe in the holidays and so on. And then I want to compliment the staff, and I want to say one thing. I was at the social committee tonight and I forgot to mention two names there. One person who does the heavy lifting here should be acknowledged as CEO, Jeremy Crosby. He does a lot of work, and and you see that from day one, Jeremy moving up the ranks from deputy CEO and moving to CEO, and there's not much change there in rotation. So that's how positive management is, and everybody behind Jeremy. I'd like to acknowledge everybody behind Jeremy too. We have great staff, and at the end of the day, I just want to say we respect each other, respect each other's opinion. Nothing gets personal, and I love that. We're sort of a close-knit group. our staff and then with our council too. So at the end, that's one thing I like. It's respect's there. We never lose respect for each other. So I want to thank everybody and Merry Christmas.
Thanks. Any other business? Oh, I'm sorry, Councillor Chandler, go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to, oh, my dogs are gonna bark. Agree with what was said and also to our residents who over the last number of weeks or months of engagement, have really shown up and really expressed, they've used their voices, but at the root of it all is care and love of our town, and I am grateful for that. So we've had lots of conversations, but like Deputy Mayor Gallant has said, everyone has been respectful, and it's nice to have that level of engagement. So thanks for that privilege, and Merry Christmas to all, and thanks to the staff. We know that you work really hard, and we appreciate it.
Thanks, well said, Councillor. Okay, anything else, anybody? If not, I'll call for a motion for adjournment. So we're now adjourned, thank you.